No, you can't blame Acclaim for this next one. They're just the publisher for this. The real people behind it are them, Capcom. Yeah, the console version of this game that we're going to be playing was made by them in-house. Kind of interesting, especially considering the arcade version was made by a Chicago-based developer, and it played absolutely nothing like the franchise you know and love. But does this game do that? Well, we'll talk about that after the opening. See you in a bit.
Fighter.
Welcome to Street Fighter the movie, the game, based off the movie, which is based off the game series, which is really supposed to be based off of Street Fighter 2, but you know what, forget it. Okay, right on here, I'll talk about those modes real quickly in a minute. First, let's set up the options. I need to change some stuff. Difficulty, we're keeping fine. We'll leave the time limit on, but that doesn't matter for what we're going to be doing. Put my punches on the left side and my kicks on the right side of the controller, and yeah, we're good to go right there. Back to the menu, we've got Street Battle, which is just your normal Street Fighter 2 mode. You can use any of the characters in the game. Trial Battle, which is a ranked fight deal, I believe. But the main draw of this game is the movie battle, and we're going to play that. So I hope you like that song you heard in the cutscenes there, because we're going to be hearing it for every one of them. I'll have the sound down and talk over those from here on out. Load times for this game are going to be about 10 to 12 seconds for every fight intro here. That's not too bad for the era, at least considering it's on the PlayStation. We start off with Guile facing Bison in the final fight, though. This is crazy. You can beat the game right off the bat, right? No. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose this fight, and I guarantee you we are not going to win. Oh, yeah. Definitely not going to win. As you can see there, though, on the top of the screen, we've got a super meter. So this game plays a lot like Street Fighter 2 Turbo. In Guile's case here, I'm not used to playing as him. I'm just going to say that now. I'm more of a Chun-Li and Sagat main. Not that I'm very good at these games to begin with, but yeah. His super is ridiculous to pull off, and one of my main goals in this game is just to even land it. Just once. The other thing is, with his moves, he is a charged character, so both of his moves, the Sonic Boom, which is hold back, then forward and punch, or the Flash Kick, which is hold down and then press up and kick. Those are not fun to use in this game, in my opinion. This game does not favor charge characters. It also doesn't favor us getting kicked in the shins, but you know what? It's gonna happen in just a second here as we miss. Yeah, okay, great. And we're 0-2 to start our playthrough. Raul Julia wins again. Well, he is the better actor. Oh well. Like I said, though, win or lose, you are just going to advance. You're going to see the same screen as Bison seems posed, not poised to take control of Shadaloo. Capcom and their typos. Capcom indeed. I don't think it worked like that last time, Guile. But anyway, the real draw for this game, like I said, is movie battle here. You can see that we've got a 50-minute time limit. That's not exact minutes, by the way. It'll count down a little faster. But the other thing is, you can pick your path in this one. That is the first for Street Fighter, and that's kind of neat. If we went to the harbor, we would face Ken, but instead we are going to go into town and face Balrog, who has given up being a boxer in Las Vegas and a Mike Tyson wannabe to be a cameraman for Chun-Li and E. Honda's group, if I remember right from the movie. Forgive me, it's been like, I don't know, almost 30 years since I've seen it. It was not a good movie, but it was a successful one. People think that movie flopped. It did not. Anyway, let's let you listen to the gameplay and the music for a bit while I just pipe down over here in the corner.
Round 1, fight! You win! Round 2, fight!
Now, while this game does play like Street Fighter II Turbo, it also is the debut of EX moves, believe it or not, at least the home console version. So, normally when you do Sonic Boom, we've already said the input for that. If you press 2 attack buttons when you're throwing it out instead of 1, so for Sonic Boom it's 2 punch buttons, as long as you have a half meter, you'll actually throw out a stronger version of it. I'm surprised that's in this game, to be honest with you. And for the record, your meter has to be halfway full again to use it. And if your meter's fully charged, you can just spam these infinitely. That's cool. And this works for any character in the game, by the way, not just Guile. I don't even think these moves go slower than they would, like they do normally in future Street Fighter games that implement it. What was one that did it? I want to say that it was like, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact? That sounds right. I was kind of getting out of the series by that point for a bit. So was Capcom, apparently, because it took like a 9-year hiatus, I think, after Street Fighter 3 was done, something like that. In any case, we are going to have another choice and go inside and face this guy. Vega. He is one that always gives me problems in Street Fighter. Oh boy. I don't like fighting this guy, not in the slightest. Let's see how it goes here, gang.
Round 1, fight!
I am actually surprised we 2-0'd him here, but to be fair, it is early in the game, and, spoiler, you can fight him later on near the end game. At this point, we have a choice between Sagat or Chun-Li, and I'm gonna pick my main, which is Chun-Li. The funny thing about this is, if you pick her first, like in the previous mission, you will fight her in a different location. The conversation will be different, at least, in the cutscene here. But it still doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's just It's one of those interesting things that you can have some of these dialogue changes just depending on when you face them. Next fight.
Round 1. Fight! You win! Round 2. Fight!
Okay, so the music in this game is actually pretty good. I'm not surprised by that, but at the same time, you know, you don't exactly expect quality when you get Street Fighter the movie going. Also, we have that super meter filled, and this is the best time as any. I do not like doing his super combo, but we just did it. It's, you gotta charge holding down back for a little bit, and then quickly press down forward, down back, up forward, and kick. Yeah, I don't like fighting game combos sometimes, and I'm just glad Street Fighter 4 and on started to make it easier, where you can just tap a button to do them. It's like, hey, I built that combo up myself. Let me use it, man. Let me use it. And we did. Although we didn't land it perfectly. Well, beggars can't be choosers at least, and I'm more than happy that we were able to get that on film. You know what I mean, on the recording, documented. I'm too busy thinking about the 90s and how things were done rather than, 2025 here. Oops. The thing about this game that's interesting to me is that the home console port plays absolutely nothing like the original arcade version that was done by Chicago-based studio Incredible Technologies. And that one you had air juggles, infinite combos, projectiles that you could shoot at angles, like in other words, the Hadouken you could shoot higher or lower. It was ridiculous how that game looked and played. Even had the movie actors doing the voiceovers for it. They had to rush that game out. I'm pretty sure Capcom had to rush their one out here too, because they basically do this weird mishmash of the digitized mocap that was already done for the game and some hand-drawn animations, so it doesn't always look or feel right. I guess I can talk about that a little more, but first, enjoy this wonderful cutscene. Yes, that was indeed footage from the hit movie Street Fighter, the 1994 film that is not as good as Jean-Claude Van Damme's other 94 movie, which was Time Cop. I would recommend you watch that one instead. Although Raul Julia's performance is probably the best in the two movies that I'm talking about right now. In any case, this is about Street Fighter, the movie, the game, the experience, and right now we are fighting Blanca, who reminds me more of Carrot Top, and that jerk just blocked our super. Oh well, whatever. We tried our best. Another thing about doing the super and not landing it that hurts is that, again, you lose the ability to throw your double projectiles like I'm trying to do, because that's going to be the easiest way to win this. While the game isn't favorable for charged characters, it is favorable for those that can get their double moves going like we just did. Oh, EX moves. I gotta say, the digitized graphics for the mocap is just, it's weird. I mean, it still plays like Street Fighter 2, so it's definitely better than the arcade version, and it's definitely better than Street Fighter 1. But I guess the thing that you really gotta start thinking about is this game better than any of the other Street Fighters? And that would be 5 Street Fighter 2 versions, the original, Champion Edition, Hyper Fighting, the one I played first, Super Street Fighter 2, and then, of course, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I think it's Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but, come on, abbreviate it me. And I did. Unfortunately, I got a little cocky in this fight here, because at this point, I think I can pull off my super at will, and, no, not really. And that's a fact that I was hoping to take all of your minds off of, gang, but, really me, don't play around when you're not good at the game.
Round 3, fight! You win!
Alright, up to the boss stages, still going strong. Haven't even dropped the match yet. Although we were close in that one, but we didn't lose, and that's the important thing. Okay, yeah, Bison beat us, but again, you can win or lose that one. We could face DJ on the road, if I'm not mistaken, but I'd rather face the second best actor in the movie. This guy. Zangief. Zangief? Hopefully he doesn't give us any grief. That was not even a pun, me. Ugh. You better not lose this.
Round 1, fight! You lose! Round 2, fight! You win! Round 3, fight!
Okay, so he is giving us a little Zangief here, but you know what? It's okay. I think we can still do this. It's only 1-1. Sure, we lost the first round. Oh, man. The close range stuff. For Guile, the only move that he really has that's long range is that Sonic Boom. Everything else, you gotta get in real close, and that's when this guy's gonna pile drive you, power bomb you, bite you in the head. It's just not a good thing, that. There's actually one other thing that's not really good, but I think only Zangief has this in this game, and it's kind of like a pseudo alpha counter, but not really. He's actually going to deflect our projectile right back at us, and it's going to completely catch me off guard. I think it's coming up right here. Just watch. Come on, throw it one more time. Yeah, right there. And I was just like, what? Okay, he can do that. And sure enough, that's kind of why we dropped our guard and lost. Game over again. Game over. Nah, I'm just kidding. Kemi's just like, hey, yo, get back to your job, Guile. Let's go already. And then you just go and fight him again, and it's like, okay, sure. Now granted, you do lose time on that, and if you keep losing matches, you're going to run out of time. And we might show that off. It depends whether we win or lose in this game, and you're going to see how that goes in a bit. Right now, though, this is another close one. This guy just gives me so much trouble with Guile. With Chun-Li, I could have just kicked him into next week. Thankfully, we got that hit in and finished him off barely.
You win.
You know, Street Fighter the movie, the game, the experience, the worldwide phenomenon here is just an interesting little title because it's like, it plays like Street Fighter 2, but because of the digitized graphics and Capcom doing some new hand-drawn animations for it, these moves don't always look right. It's kind of this weird mishmash that doesn't blend together, but still plays like Street Fighter 2. It's really an interesting thing, and I'll talk a little bit more about that after the first couple rounds with Sagat here. See you in a bit.
Round 1. Fight. You win. Round 2. Fight. You lose. Round 3. Fight.
Yeah, I mean, you see it there. The poses look off. The animations don't feel as crisp or fluid. It certainly not as good as they're going to be in Alpha, which, by the way, is already out in arcades, so, this game was technically competing with it, so was the arcade version. And then in arcades, you also had stuff like Tekken, Virtua Fighter 2, not just 1, and Mortal Kombat 3, which is, by the way, going to be releasing on the PlayStation next month. So, I mean, this game it's fine, but it just feels like, well, I'm sure you've heard the term Chinese knockoff, but no, I'd rather use what it really is, an in-house bootleg copy of the game y'all know and like, at least one of the versions, hopefully. I mean, Street Fighter was pretty darn good, and I cannot believe we pulled off a 2-1 on Sagat, because he usually owns me too, just like Vega, and our next opponent, which is Bison, but I just don't know what to say about it. It's still Street Fighter, but when you've got so many better options, including other better Street Fighter 2 options, 5 on the SNES alone, would you really want to spend your money on this game? I mean, Raul Julia's in this, so that automatically makes this one a little better. Yeah, you know, yeah.
Round 1. Fight. You lose. Round 2. Fight.
By the way, notice how the time limit's gone, because once you make it to Bison, it just becomes win or lose. And we're probably not going to win because this guy is very, very annoying to fight. And even moreover, even if we got past this one, there is a second phase to it. I don't think he gets the crazy magnetic stuff that he has in the movie. It would be funny if he did. If it's the arcade game, he would. But here, he doesn't even need it. He just needs to kick us right in the face, yeah. Okay, we lost. I'm gonna give it one more shot. It's probably gonna go just as well.
Round 1. Fight! You win! Round 2. Fight!
All right, we took a round. We can see if we can win this. It's not going so well in round 2 here, but I guess it's about time to start making our judgment on Street Fighter, the movie, the game, the experience, the worldwide phenomenon, the competing with Alpha and arcades, and the Omega... Kenneth? I don't know. AEW. Yeah, it's going about like that, because this game is just so inferior to so many other fighters on the market at this time. Even in its own series, with all the versions of Street Fighter 2, it is easily the weakest on the consoles. It still beats the arcade version, but that's not saying much. Again, when you're the 6th best version of Street Fighter 2, and there are only 6 versions, yeah. I called this game fine, but no, that's an overstatement, and so's our performance. That was pathetic, me. Good job blowing that one. Let's just say that I'm not very impressed by this version of Street Fighter. No, I'm not okay, and yes, I'm giving up. I quit. I'm done. I want everybody to make sure that you get ready to convert over to Bison Bucks, because he is the winner. Street Fighter the movie. You add all these things in it, but the core game isn't that fun to play, but still, it's like you can see glimpses of the future of the series, even in this, well, I don't want to call it garbage, it's better than that. But it's not good either. You know what, Street Fighter the movie, you are getting a D from me. Maybe against better judgment, but you know what? At the end of the day, a weird in-house bootleg of Street Fighter 2 is still Street Fighter 2. Congratulations, I guess. And there you have it. The PS1 North American launch lineup has been played to completion here. Well, I mean, at least shown off. We only beat one game, and that was after the fact in Ace Combat.
Round 1. Fight!
I had a pretty good time playing it. You had 10 fun, unique, and interesting titles, and there was also Power Surf 3D Tennis. Still, I'm not quite ready to end this project yet, because there is one more game I want to take a look at. It's one that released in Japan and Europe, but did not come out over here in any way, shape, or form thanks to Sony's anti-2D policy. But the company that made it is also the company that made the first ever PS1 game I purchased. We'll take a look at that wild game then, and probably talk about the PlayStation 1 itself. I'll see you next time for the final time of the PS1 project here. Later.